Where's the button? There's the button. Okay, let's check. Check. Volume 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. It's a bit warm, isn't it? Check. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Yeah, well, let's say hellos first. Commander Keen. Francis. Lars 18th. Pigpen Pete. Ice Dragon D. JC 1980. Sadie, how the devil are you? Well, I know how you are. I've been reading your Twitter post today. Good luck. Who else did I see there? Edwin Helland, Rich Hewitt, just subscribed. Dude, thank you so much. I'm trying to catch up with this. Why is that not making any noise? I don't know. Well, I'll have to try and keep my eye on that then. Who else did I see there? Daniel Collin, check. How you doing, E-Moon? And that's everyone. Let's move that over a bit, actually. I've actually started numbering these because I had no idea what I was doing with the Seekonoid ones. They're all over the place. So let me tell you a little story about what happened after work today. So I went to get this, which is obviously a Mega Drive. It's a Mega Drive 2. And it's got, as you can see, Mega Games. Hey Toback, how you doing? So yeah, I actually have a cheap, tacky flash cart for this thing. But what I can't seem to find is the flash cart or the power supply. So that was, yeah. So I wanted to run a few demos today from the Mega Drive, or at least see if they would run on my dodgy, cheap Chinese knockoff flash cart. I know it's here somewhere, right? I'm usually very good, as you may have seen. Well, let's see if we can do this. My retro is quite well organised, you see. So, you know. So yeah, usually it's fine, but yeah, I put it in a box somewhere, haven't I? So. JC90, the Spectrum Plus 2 PSU should be a Mega Drive from memory. Oh God, did you have to do that? Did you have to do that now? It's Mega Drive 2 this as well. It's quite good nick, this one. I got this ages ago. I've got a one upstairs as well. Edwin Helen, hello. I prefer the look of the MD1. Yeah, this looks like crap if I'm honest. So, by comparison. But yeah. That was out of the water in terms of showing some demos. My new work PC has an RTX 4090 in it. So I was going to run some PC demos because that'd be quite novel because, you know, we don't run demos from YouTube or emulators if we can help it. So I thought, run some demos on that. And I plugged it into the capture card and it was all blue. So that was off. So I resorted to some TIC 80 demos to kick us off today. I wouldn't play anything that old. There's plenty more new demos to play. JC1980. Hemo Stick, how you doing? So many sessions ruined by mushy MD pads on Amiga. Yeah. The big game Ovski. A small shout out from France. What a long decompression. This is cassette loading. So we're loading off a cassette. So that's why it takes quite a while to get starting. So I've decided to do some TIC 80 demos instead. I've got a few knocking about. What are we doing today? Another couple of things. You may notice that the bitrate of the video has increased a little bit. I had new internet put in on Monday, so I've got 40 meg up, which is great. Which means I can. I'm going to see if we drop any frames. We're doing it about 50 odd K a second at the moment, so 5,000 kilobits a second, and it's looking pretty stable. Who's that with? Virgin Business. So, yeah. Typical issue for me anyway is he came and installed the internet, and I did a speed test on my machine here, and it said 100 meg down and 40 meg up. And then I remembered that my LAN cable that comes into this room is 100 megabit. So I now need to replace the cabling in this house. So Depeche, I can't. The demo, the machine's not. I can't. So no PC demos. I'm just gonna do some TK. Then we're gonna get on with the Mega Drive stuff. Mega Drive stuff, there has been a little bit of advancement since last week because I couldn't leave it alone. Yeah, it's not even Cat 5e, so it's Cat 5. So, yeah, it was free. It was installed about 8 years ago. So, and I'd never thought I'd need more than 100 megabit into here. Now that I do. So, get work to pay for some cables. Yeah, I should do, shouldn't I, Francis? Yeah. I think, to be fair, I think work have done me a solid with my fantastic piece of hardware, which I was having lots of fun with today, running parallel for each loops on and basically maxing out the processor and warming up the room, which was already warm. So yeah, that was fun. Right, should we do some demos? Have I missed anyone else that's joined us? No. Right. I had the end of a 300-foot box off someone. Yeah. Well, I just need to get a roll of it and then redo the cabling in it. My mate is an electrician who helped me put it in the first place, so he'll be solid. He'll help me out. Just have to get under the floorboards in my daughter's room, but she's at uni, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's far too boring and information. Anyway, let's do. Is it still there? Oh yeah, I tried to do something, it didn't work. So, meanwhile, I write my first 1,000 lines of C++ like ever, and it worked, which is nice. Yeah, until the memory leak appears, right? But yeah, well done, Pigpen Pete. I'm not a fan of C++. I don't really understand it. I haven't done a lot of it though, and I don't really have a lot of call for it. So, yeah. Emook, how you doing, mate? Welcome in. Is that right? Yeah, that's all right. Right, let's do some TIC-80 demos then, shall we? Let's do. I think I forgot to play this one last time. This one's Full Spire. Yeah, I do want to load the car. Thank you. Cool. Memory leaks, yeah. C++ is best used sparingly. Yeah, Toback, I imagine there's probably a couple of yours in here somewhere. So I imagine these. What I like about TIC-80 demos is that they don't take time to pre-calc and render, so load and stuff. So let's just go straight for it. There you go. Wow, that is that's something else, isn't it? That's a brilliant demo. I think when I did the last stream with TK80 stuff, I forgot to play it, and I was supposed to play it because it's bloody awesome. Yeah, so good. Hang on, what's that doing? There we go. That's not looping, is it? Never, thank you. It was, wasn't it? Hey, Pulper, how you doing, mate? I hope you are well. How about a bit of... let's just drop that into there. Okay, and then put that there. Nope. Home. Oh, hang on. Okay, there we go. Okay, this one by the Planet of the Leather Moomins. You Am the Robot Zombie from revision this year. So let's try this out, shall we? Text goes on a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, that'll do. I was sitting there reading that for that long. Sorry, it got a bit boring. But that was great. That is You Am the Robot Zombie by Planet of the Leather Moomins. Hey, Nags. Hey, Glaced. How you doing? Acid Bottle as well. And Suncelia. I'm probably still saying that wrong. I apologise profusely. But yeah. I've got a couple more in here somewhere. Hang on. Downloads. Home. Oh, this one looks like it might be someone's very early demos. I wonder who this one is by, eh? It's okay. All right. Okay. Right. I'm just going to run it. You probably... Oh, no, you can't see it there, can you? That's a bit good, wasn't it? That's Spaceman by Toback. So give him a round of applause. There we go. Is it? Yeah, everything's working. Good, good, good. You people don't know how to end your demos there, do you? Hey, ridiculous. All right, one more. Let's try this. Yep. Oh no, not that one. That one. That also. There we go. No. There we go. Let's run this. Make demos, exit at the end, so I can put them on a CD looping. Yes. I think this one's quite short. I think this is all it does, isn't it? Let's find out. Oh no, I think it might do some more stuff. It's a one-screener, right? Oh well, that's the way to end it, isn't it? We'll run an invitation for a demo party that's already been on, right? Oh, I suppose we could do one more, actually, couldn't we? Where is it? Let's run this one quickly, shall we? Yeah. Because this is an invite for a party that's about to happen. You're muted, Ian. There we go. Lovely. That is the Nova Invitation, Life's a Beach, code and graphics by Toback, additional code by Mrs. Beanbag and Mantratronic, music by Offman, support from Raccoon Violet, Aldroid, Nico, and Molive. Lovely stuff. We love a bit of that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there it is. June the 23rd to the 25th, Budley Salterton. That's why that track kicked so much. Thank you, Iritum. Thalamus, thanks for the resub. Sir Garbage Truck, hello. AJP. And there we go. That's the crash. That's the crash in my music playing routine, which doesn't check that out properly. So there you go. Nice to have a little crash that happens, you know, about 30 seconds after the demo. So, oh, there you go. I see Urg there as well. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nice to see you there, pal. Right, should we get on with some work then? There we go. Music's okay. We could probably have that up a little bit more. It is Dopers by Archon of Adept at least. So, what's up? Let's have a quick display of where we've got to since we were last here, shall we? No, don't install an update whilst I'm on stream. That's a terrible idea. Sprite and control time today. Yes. I've got the page ready, but let's see. What does it do? Oh, it does that at the moment. Right. So, as you can see, that's some sprite graphics, but they're being drawn as tiles. So that was just a test. Let me just get rid of all that shenanigans, right? I'll leave that tile test load in there. What I will do is get rid of that tile right there, because I don't need that anymore. That was just test. So yeah, I'll show you what I did, which was, obviously if you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen it already, but there we go. Game's ready. Let's ship it. Even I'm going to do it, right? Where is it? Yeah. So we've got. I need to get this to start up slightly bigger, I think, because it's a bit small, isn't it? Does it scale aspect ratio wise? Yeah, it does. No, it's not the right music for that. Yeah, so since last week, I sobered up and worked out that actually, yeah, you can't have this mod. I'm sorry. It's one of shrink that down as well. It's one of Citrix. You'll have to ask Citrix because I've on strict instructions not to give away any of them. So, so I worked out how to do the tile set conversion, and I worked out that actually, have I got a notes file in it somewhere? Let's make a new file called notes. So actually, we've got 8 tile sets, right? 256 tiles in each, right? Which gives us a total of, I'm terrible at maths even when it's a power of 2. Oh yeah, 2048, yeah. 2048 total tiles, right? Now, this is probably just a conversation for later, right? But I can load those into the VDP pretty quickly. I haven't done any DMA stuff yet, but I did do a quick test, actually, which is in here, which is in my tooling. Convert Bobs. Tile dedupe, right? So, across all the tile sets, so what is this game? Can you give us the background? It's Metal Gear. It's the Amiga port of the MSX version of Metal Gear that's going to end up being the Mega Drive port of the Amiga port of the MSX version of Metal Gear. Oh yeah, let's just run this then. Okay, so 45C again, hex 45C. So actually, out of how many tiles was it? 2048. We actually got. Actually, it's only about half, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, it's not worth worrying about. It's only half the bloody tiles, isn't it? Which is actually quite a lot, but I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe just having all the tiles in memory and then in the VDP and then creating a lookup table for them. But yeah, anyway. So what we can do as well is I've got a... where's that? We'll leave that there for now, yeah. That's dump room. I've even got a V blank here, right? Bam. So we put that in there. MSX game originally, Thalamus. Yeah, we don't consider the NES version canon around here because it's shit. So. Okay, so you see that? So we've got some raster colours now as well. Oh my god, it's like it's all coming together. So that's how much raster time it takes to render that room, I think. I think mostly dumping that room. I don't think it's doing much else, but yeah. Thalamus, Konami did some absolutely blistering games on the MSX. They were, first and foremost, probably the best developer on that system. Yeah, just games with bad scrolling and flickering sprites, but man, the gameplay. So Europe could have learnt a thing or two from Konami back in the 80s, I tell you. Kojima, yeah. If anyone, who here, hands up, who's played Penguin Adventure, which is Kojima's first game for Konami. Stop saying bad scrolling. Sorry. Yes. Oh, you have? Yes. No, but I knew that. Penguin Adventure's brilliant. It's so good. Oh, here we go. Oh, and Space Mambo. Yeah, that's an MSX2 game, though. And a 2+ game as well, isn't it? Which manages to do the scrolling properly with hardware. So, Space Mambo is bloody ace, though. Anyway, so, what's the plan today? So... MSX Turbo R, yes, there's one just down there. Right, so let's go for the controls first, right? Because that would be dead handy. Right, so I read somewhere, where was it? Let's close that because that's going to be annoying otherwise. Right. Oh no, we'll want to read that later. Let's not talk about that particular situation that's going on at the moment. Right, now a good thing is here is this site explains how to read the joypad and then just gives me this big chunk of code here. So I can just paste that straight into here. Let's do... let's just chuck it in here for now. I do need to refactor where all this shit lives, so we'll call this pad read out D0 bits. Okay, pad read, yeah, lovely, and then RTS that. Right. Oh, ooh, no, I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't need that. It's obviously a long. All these literals. Just tidy up the code. Oh, capital letters for hexadecimal as well, but sod it, let's just keep it. Can't be bothered to change it. Right. Okay, let's try. Let's just do a quick hack, right? Okay. Yep. Just catching up with chat. Right. Let's just do a dead quick hack, right? Which is in that V blank here. We'll put that as H blank as well, because know that H blank. Okay. Let's just do. Yeah, that can go red BSR read pad, right? So D0 should have that. So BTST 0, D0. BEQ skip, right? And then dot skip, and then add Q dot bit 1 to room in A5, right? Hello, you wrote the whole game in assembler. Hi, Maluk. I've already done it for the Amiga. So to explain, if you don't know the story of this, back when the first lockdown happened and all the demo parties stopped, I found the source code for Metal Gear online, disassembled by Manuel Pazos, fully commented, which was amazing. And then took it upon myself to port that to the Amiga. I'm now taking the Amiga source code that I've written in assembly from the Z80 source code and then porting that to the Mega Drive or Genesis, you know, whichever one you want to call it. So that's the story. And this is Dev Run 2, and there's an error there. Did I call it pad read? Of course I did. Read pad. I'm just getting to grips with the Mega Drive hardware, and I have to say, it's rather good. I quite like it. All right, let's see if this works then. So, you run it on a 50 hertz machine, it'll be slower. You run it on a 60 hertz machine, it'll be faster. That's exactly the same as when you ran it on MSX 50 hertz and 60 hertz systems. So it is an amazing bit of kit, Francis. I'm quite impressed with it, if I'm honest. Right, let's see. Oh yeah, there's probably some config. Oh god, no, I didn't want to do that. Settings, key bindings, up, down, left, right. Controller 1, up, down, left, right. A, B, C, D. Okay. Resume. So that doesn't do anything, does it? Okay. Let's try something. Because that's not doing jack. Variables. Okay. Read pad. Read pad doesn't touch A5 at all, does it? Because that would be... No, it's just using D0 and D1. So we just put uses D0/D1. Yeah, okay. So... Okay. So... Evening, Davros. Right, so I've got a cheeky little patch that we could do here, right? Which is we just... let's do read pad again, right? And then move.w that into D1, and then move.bit D0 into D1. So that's the pad data, and we're just going to throw that into VDP control, which will give us a different color if our controls are running, right? Probably some config. Yeah, we just want to do this first in case I haven't really got any debug screens or anything set up yet, so it's because it's very early days. Yeah, that does absolutely jack. So what we could do quickly. Mega Drive ROMs do. Just anything will do. Nope. Okay. Yeah. No. No. I'm trying to download a pirate bloody ROM now. That'll do. Yeah. 2, 1. Gives a ROM. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Right. Oh, this is going well. Okay, second try. 3, 2, 1. So let's see if we can control anything. There we go. That'll do. Oh, I've opened up the CRAM debugger. Resume. So what did it say the settings were? Key bindings. Up, down, left, right. Start is enter. Okay. Resume. Okay. Definitely works. Okay, so we got another problem. Okay. It's all right. Yeah, I would always get from archive.org, but I was just doing a quick search. Right, so why does read pad not work then? Is it because this code's rubbish, or have I not enabled something? That is the question. Yeah. There's some init code. Probably something to do with one of the registers, right? That doesn't mention anything about... Okay, no, nothing in there. This is why I like doing this with on stream, because there's a lot of Mega Drive devs out there that are more than happy to... okay. Move.bit 40 into there, init joy. Move.bit 40 into there, yeah. Yeah, that's there. Yeah, already doing that. So that must be something else. Docs, okay. Whoa, didn't want to load it that way, did I? Reveal in File Explorer, yeah. Okay. Problem with this document, this is not text, it's just scanned pages. Okay, let's go to the top. Okay. Mode was just mode was just length. Okay. Scrolling the screen, Windows, Sprite, and that's all it says. Oh my god. DA control? Nope, that's to do with sound. Not interested in that yet. What am I doing after reading the pad? I'm just moving the number into the color register. Background color. I was testing a bit, but that didn't work. So there, read the pad, that will come back in D0, move that into D1, move .bit 0 into D1, move that into the color. Oh, unless, hang on. Oh, there's an RTS there, that's good. So it's not that. So we could actually RTS after that rather than reading the other buttons. But I don't think that's making any difference. Unless there's some kind of undocumented thing. You'd think that the Sega documentation would tell you how to read the bloody joypads though, wouldn't it? Let's pull that back up then. Oh god, this document's so terrible. You have to basically write something and then wait a few cycles, I think, and then read it. But yeah, okay, controller pad. It's in the memory map, isn't it? Which is Sega reserved. Okay. Okay, control 1 to okay. Control area. Data. Have I gone anywhere near a Sega Saturn? I've got one in there. BQ is not equal to BNE. It doesn't make any difference, that. If it was working, then let's have a look. Where was it? Here. Read the pad. Bit test 0. BEQ skip. Okay. And that'll render the room. And then it reads the pad again anyway. And then puts that. And then puts it in the VDP control. So that shouldn't make any difference. I mean, I'll take that one out. Just do a test.bit D0. Bit flickery, yeah. I was just going to use a 256 table for it. I am writing the background color, yeah. There. VDP control. And then writing it again. Does that screw over the joypad reading by any chance, does it? If it does, that'd be hilarious. And not a great introduction. You gotta hit the raster colours. How else are you gonna know how long something's gonna run? Yeah, no difference, I don't think. Yeah. Debug and profiling in one instruction, yeah. Okay. I mean, that's the exact code that has a... No, it's still there. I'll take that one out then. Because that's the one that's supposed to be changing the room number. And I put this one in that's just for the colour. But I don't think we're going to get any difference here. Oh! Yeah, something's happening. Well, why is up, down, left, and right not? Oh, probably because the color numbers that it's using. Okay, so fair enough, right? D1. Okay, so I'm assuming that means that the least significant bit means up, right? Hey, Prince Face, how you doing? Right. Read pad. H interrupt. Right. Read pad. Okay. BTS 0 from D0, right? BQ, skip. I would assume that it would need to be on, right? See, yeah, it doesn't work that. BRA missing? I mean, if 0, the room number directly. Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you. Right. Let's scroll through loads of rooms really quickly. Woohoo! Okay, I'm assuming that's a BNE then, right? Thank you, Pyro. Much love. That's up. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at that. Go! Fatal error. Yeah, I know that's why it's doing that. Cool. Okay, so bam, let's put that back in. Oh, we don't need another read pad. Right, there we go. So now my stupidity has gotten out of the way. It's more like a line debugger. Okay, so that's up. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's just do this then. Let's just do move Q 1 into D2. Okay. BQ. Add room. Okay, this is just it's a fairly pointless test really, but here we go. Move Q -1 into D2. BTSD D0 BEQ add room. Move Q 0 into D0. Okay. Add room. Oh no, that's wrong. That's D2. D2, D2, D0, D0. Yep. Add dot bit D2 to room in A5. Right. That's exactly what I've got, Truck. It's bloody awful. The EPUB of the PDF you have, on the other hand, is just not text. It's basically blank. Bad. Okay, yeah, they're all awful so far. I haven't found a decent one. I was kind of tempted to print it out because it might be a bit easier to read then. Woohoo! There we go. Okay, I mean, it's... It's working though. That's old Amiga Mega Drive, Amiga Metal Gear code running. There you go. There's that room. I tell you what, that is rendering each of those screens a lot quicker than the Amiga did. Now we can ship it. Yes. Now we can ship it. Oh, brilliant. Right. Okay. So now I want to let's just do a bit. I might have the paper version. If you have, Francis, I would love it. I tell you what I did find in this one, which I thought was quite cute, right? In this scan. Where was it? So the pages are linked, right? But what did I find in here? Wait for it. Where is it? Where is it? It's on one of these pages. Wait for it. There. Look at that. So someone wrote on this. Yeah, the beauty of tile mapping. Yeah, it's great. So that's going to crash eventually. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's fine. And then let's just run that again. And then what I'm going to do is crash it the other way, yeah. So basically all that's happening there is that there's so many rooms. There's not 256 of them. Obviously, if I go to negative, it tries to draw room 256, which doesn't exist, and then all hell breaks loose. We don't really need to worry about that, though, because the game just works anyway. Or at least all that part of it should be fine. So I'm going to take a quick break. And I'll be back shortly, and then we're going to probably plug in the code that I've got for managing trigger and held keys, because then it won't scroll around quite so mental. So right, I shall be back shortly. BRB. Hello, back. Hitch, how the devil are you? I hope you're well, mate. Truck, yeah, there's no decent solution for this. Someone needs to just fix that document and do a decent OCR job on it, right? It's annoying. Texas Fuse Waller, hello. You're devilishly good. Oh, I like the sound of that. That sounds fabulous. Hey, Terrible Fire, might have missed you there earlier. So this PDF works. Okay, send. Yeah, cool. Right. Yeah. That's completely broken. There we go. As the famous streamer once said, tickle my balls and I'll make you famous. Okay. Right. Okay, so let's have a look. You're up to 8 1200s now. Great. That means if this thing in October actually kicks off, then I won't need to bring any Amigas, just some CF cards, right? Which would be perfect. Amigear. Here we go. Right. So I need to look at... where was it? JJ Barlam, thanks for the resub. Welcome in. Hope you are well. Good evening all. Yes. Okay. Utils, is it? No. Tools? No. Where is it? Is it in Logic? Read pad. Let's search for read pad, is it? Read pads, here we go. Read pads. Controls, where is that then? So this is the Amiga project. So I just want to have a look at this to see what this does again, because update controls, okay. Controls, okay. Let's wholesale, do we need to wholesale copy that in? No, not really. We don't even need that, do we? Let's just do update controls, restore controls. Yeah, okay, controls hold, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's just grab that. And then let's make a new file here called, let's chuck it in Logic for now. New file, controls.asm. I'll sort this out later, but let's just get something basic up and running. So in controls hold, I think the way this worked was in the variables. Jesus, that's accessed quite a lot, isn't it? So that'll be in variables. Controls hold and controls trigger. Ah, and we got some details there. Up, down, left, right, fire. Okay, cool. So over here, if I go to my variables there. Oh, Christ, are they already in here? Oh, yeah, of course they are. I'm a bloody idiot. Okay, so update controls. So that'll be quick controls. Okay, that's fine. Update controls. Don't need to read that. Don't need to do that. F keys we're not doing. Store controls. Read controls again with the F keys. Read pads. F keys hold. Okay, so that read pads, read F. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember what I did with this bloody thing now. Right, so we do need to consider that. Let's just comment that out. So the way Metal Gear worked was it uses 2 bytes for the controls, which is actually 4 because we've got one for trigger and one for hold. But joypads on the Amiga would then also trigger what were basically F key controls on the MSX or the Amiga, so that you could play it on a CD32. Well, file saving, but you can play it with a CD32 controller without touching the keyboard, which is always nice. So read controls, which doesn't do anything. So let's do read pad, okay, and we'll call that as a read pad, read MD pad 1, which is fine. And then that's going to put them in controls hold and controls trigger, right? Good. Then in Mega Gear, down the bottom here, that's data. This is code includes, yep. And then what we'll do is we'll include logic/controls.asm. That should build, if I could spell the word controls correctly. Cool. Okay. Oh, it's you two. Yeah, you're having a little chat between yourselves. That's good. Right. So I really need to start pulling this apart at some point. So in our interrupt, what I'm going to do is variables and then BSR update controls, right? Now we don't need to read the pad ever again. But what we can do is, rather than read pad, what we'll do is we'll move .bit controls trigger A5 into D0. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this should only allow me to click through once each time I press it, okay? The controls, there we go. So rather than it like manically scrolling through all the rooms, right? It's now gonna manically scroll through all the rooms. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, I know why. Oh, shit. Right. Okay. Yeah. I know why. Right. So the other thing that we need to do is flip the bits, right? So read pad, to be compatible with what we're doing here, we need to not D0, not .bit D0. Right. Okay, and then let's just check what we're doing in update controls. Control config BQ quit. Okay. Well, I might need to take that out, but yeah, I will. Let's just take that out. Put a to do in. To do. This is menu / disabling controls. Okay. So read pad should do that. Right, let's see. No. Oh, and I know what I'm doing now. Right, okay. Hang on, read pad. Yeah. I need to make sure this is the same way round, right? So actually, BNE. Okay. So that's interesting. Yes. Cool. We can have a little stroll around all the rooms in Metal Gear, shall we? Let's just do that, shall we? You can see them. And you'll see here, there's a point where it'll take a lot more raster time. Ooh, see that? That's when it switches tile sets. Okay, that's taking more than a frame to do that. It looks like we might need to engage some blast processing. So yeah. Let's just keep going. Just make sure all the rooms look good until it crashes. I mean, they all look how I remember them. Oh, that palette doesn't look right. What was that? Inchicero, welcome in. Yeah, that palette's completely screwed. What's wrong with that? Oh. I wonder if I'm not setting the room palette. Okay, that's correct. That all looks correct. That's the upstairs bit of stage 2, 3, even 2, 3. Oh, that's the last bits there. Yeah, that's all of that. That's the wrong palette as well. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah, that's the wrong palette as well. Oh, yes. Oh, it's a couple of unused rooms there. That's fine. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. Okay. These all look good apart from the colour, right? So is that because set room pal? Okay, set room pal. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's all we need to do. Is in our thing. Yeah, let's not talk about the AGA chipset. Please. Please. I think we're all very clear about how we all feel about that, which is not great. But let's leave it at that, because I'm trying to code it. Right, let's see if we fix that palette bug. It should be fine now. Okay, whereabouts was it? Oh, it's quite far on. Okay, not there. Ooh, no, that still looks like shit. That's interesting. Oh, I'm running... Oh, fuck's sake. Right, I know why. Fuck's sake. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay, the whole thing's been like all over everywhere. Nobody likes it, and that's all we need to know. Yeah, but yeah, well, we all know, and we're all fully aware, and we all know how we feel about it. So let's leave it at that. Okay. No, it still looks like shit. Why is that there? Set palette, and that just copies those into the palettes. Okay. It seems like the sort of thing I'd come back to. That. Dump room, set palette. See, I would expect that to. Fuck it. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's good for that for now, right? That'll do. We've got a little tester, room tester, right? What we'll do, actually, whilst I'm here, it's just in here. Room tester becomes essential. Uses up, down to scroll through rooms. We'll call that room tester. Built the same thing for. Just do a push all and pop all. I don't care about that. Okay. RTS. That's fine. Okay, so we can take all of that out of my... no, we'll leave that there for now, I think. So, we're going to be good but not have a beer, but I'm making you thirsty. Sorry about that. Sorry, Steve. No more stuff about stuff. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Right, so let me pull up the documentation on this because, right, so actually let's just do a bit of background first. So I've already gone through all of the sprites, or bobs actually. If I'm having a beer, you might as well have one, you know, you don't need me to tell you when to have a beer, but, you know, I'm having one. You know, it's rude not to join in, right? So, in terms of, I'm having 2 litres of Coke. Well, let's hope you've, well, you know, have whatever you want. You having a beer? You fuck's sake, you enablers. Right, so, to explain the situation in terms of sprites is quite interesting because, as I've discovered, the Mega Drive is obviously pretty bloody good at sprites. The Amiga, on the other hand, wasn't, but obviously everything's been drawn by the blitter on the Amiga version because that's a sensible thing to do. So the result of that is, on the Amiga, we've got basically bobs that are 16, 32, 24 or 48, well, however wide. They're basically they're 16 pixel chunks wide, and they can be any height that they want. Now the Mega Drive has 8x8 blocks which make up the tile map and the sprites, and they can be 4 across and 4 down, 3 across. You know, basically you can have like 4 in either direction. And after trimming the sprites down to be factors of 8, only 3 sprites do not fit in that category. So we need to fix those. But I've done the graphics conversion on them already, which probably looks like arse here. You can see here, that's one character. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the left-hand side and the right-hand side sprite. In fact, we do vertical with that. Yeah, there you go. You can see it there. So that's there. That's correct, actually. So you can see it's done in columns. So if you say that it's 4 blocks high, it'll do 4 blocks, and then the next 4 will be then basically placed there. So you can actually make like a proper map for this and show the sprite properly, but it's neither here nor there. So I've got Snake's sprite set up. He's in memory, I do believe. There he is, position 256. Okay, so let's try and build a sprite so we can actually draw him, right? So we'll call this sprite test, right? Sprite test. Right, so back to the documentation, which was here. Oh, here we go. So sprite pattern generator. So for this one, we want that there. So we want 4 tall and 2 wide, right? Because that's how many cells we've got. So V4 2H. Right, so here somewhere it tells me, I'm sure it's here somewhere. Have I gone too far? No, here it is. So this is the sprite. How many? So sprite attribute table on the VRAM. Space address is designated by a register. I'll need to go and look that up in a minute. And indicates display position, priority, sprite generator, number, and attribute. Okay, or attribute. Start from the beginning of the attribute table. The numbers are given in the sequence of sprite 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Priority sprites. I don't care about those yet. I need to read up on the link data. So the first word effectively is the vertical position, and then we've got a byte of configuration, and then we've got, what's that, D1, D6 link data, which I don't care about. I'm just going to set that to 0. Priority I don't care about. Color palette can be 0. Reverse bits will also be 0. What's SN10? Sprite generator number. Okay, so we can cheat with that. We can just punch a 256 in that word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then we've got the horizontal position, right? Basically, the MD version is going to be the best version. It won't have the mod soundtrack Hitch. So, I'm also incredibly pleased to see that even with an increased video rate, I've dropped no frames today. Thank you, great new internet. So let's keep that. I'm going to keep that over there so that I can still read it. So what I effectively need then is sprite data, right? And let's call this dc.w0, 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 dc.w0. Right. So that is vpos, which is vertical. Top byte is config. We'll call that. Bottom more config. Then we've got tile number and other shizzle, right? And then that is HPOS, right? Now I seem to remember that the vertical and horizontal positions are basically done on the entire screen space. So actually, if we set this to 200. And that one to 200. That should be in the visible range. And then the tile number, we'll just consider that as 256, right? Which is fine. Because that's where the tile is getting loaded. And then the top and bottom config. So let's just split that out, right? DC.B 0 and then DC.B 0. So this is obviously just like a test shenanigans today. So let's do that. Bottom is more, and let's get rid of that. Right, so the top config is, let's just reread that. So HS and VS, right? HS is horizontal size, which is 2. So actually it's 1. And then vertical size is 4, which means it's actually 3. Which I'm going to have to do some... here we go. 8 dots, so there we go. So V, vertical, so actually it's 4, so that'd be 1, 1. And then horizontal will be... Okay. Yeah, horizontal will be .01. Right, so... I really need to sort this out in terms of... Okay, so... horizontal at the top, isn't it? Let's go back to there. Horizontal first. Okay, so that's 2, which is 1. Okay, so that's actually... we'll do that as $1, and we'll shift that up by 2 bits, right? And then just because I always get paranoid about stuff not actually running like that. Okay, so that's the horizontal. Now the vertical is 4, so actually that's $3. No. Yeah, that's correct. And then that one will be not shifted at all. That's the bottom half. Okay, that sounds right to me. So let's see if that's correct. Now, the next thing we need is an address to write this crap to, right? So RTS that. So that's 4 words we're writing. Move. Actually, we do that as one whole long word, couldn't we? That's fine. Okay, so let's get a set of VRAM address, right? And then we will want to move.long word. Let's just do it this way for now. Sprite data into D0, right? So that is the... Oh no, that's A0. We need that in. A0 source ATT list, right? That's still wrong. What I'll come up to is... I just can't keep going back. Where were we? So... Sinlao, hello. Newport. We're basically converting Metal Gear from the MSX to the Amiga and now over to the Mega Drive because I thought that would be super easy to do. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. But I'm sure once a load of it is together, it'll just fly out the door. So I think it's most mega easy. It might be. But I'm learning the hardware at the moment, so it's not that easy. Right, so what I need now is... Actually, the address is really easy if I remember. That is set in... Okay. And maybe it's not that easy. Hang on. Documentation, and that is the... Whoop. VDP registers. Sprite attribute table address. There you go. Okay, okay. Sprite attribute table address. Okay, which is 2. Okay, so that is. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's 5 and 6. Okay, so it's registers 5 and 6. But it's shifted down one, so it's only every word. Okay. Ice Dragon D. I'd love the documentation for the Sharp X68000. Okay, so that says number 6, but actually it's Reg 5 and 6. Okay. So... which gives us... Oh, that's why is there? Sprite tribute address. This is weird. So actually 40 cells. No, it's not that. So I don't think that does anything register 6, does it? Always 0. Oh, look at that. Isn't that handy? Someone noting us that that's absolute shit. Right, okay, that's fine. So our address can be anything in the top 7 bits of a word, right? So let's say, for example, we want our address to be let's just pick some arbitrary address at the moment that's fairly somewhere. That's Amigir, we don't want that one. Okay, yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's there. Okay. Let's do plane 8 and we'll do sprite table equals, let's try, we've got quite a lot of bits there, but let's try A000, right? I think that should be fine. So actually, that's dead easy to do because hex A is up there, and then if we shift it by 1 that way, becomes 5, which is fine. It's still, oh crikey, it's close though. A, okay, yeah, it still fit there though. Right, so that is actually in the VDP registers. We can just set this up right in here. Sprite table address VRAM F0. Okay, that's not the address that I'm using, so let's change that. Okay, so that is sprite table. Don't need to and anything. We just need to shift that down by 9 bits. And then that should be correct. 60-bit bus to VRAM, so I think even if it needs... Okay, yeah. That sounds about right. It's just like the Amiga. Although, for actors, I was reading the write-up from Overdrive 2 by Caputo, where they would... I think they got like twice the speed of writing by triggering 128K VRAM mode. And then it would write double the amount of data, but there's only a certain condition that you can do it in. It's bloody crazy. Love that. Right, so that's our sprite table. Let's go and write that sprite test in, right? Room tester, sprite test. Where is it? Find sprite test. There we go. So, write VRAM, sprite underscore table. So, okay, that sets the address. Move.longword. 1, 2, okay. A0 plus into is it VDP data, isn't it? VDP underscore data. Yep. Let's just do that twice because we got 2 words, which is long word and then 2 words there. Right. And then in the blank. Okay, I'm just going to run it there and see what that does. Let's see if this works. Quite hard to spot him, but there he is. Snake exists. Oh man, there he is. What a little dude. Oh, we like that. Oh, wow. Okay. Whew. Oh, we've finished early. No, we're not finished yet. Okay. Wow. There we go. So, in terms of sprites, Christ, that's a bit loud, isn't it? Okay, so we're a long way off before throwing loads of sprites all around the screen, right? Where'd you save the background to? Francis, I am telling you, mate, I am glad I don't have to deal with any of that. I'm so pleased. Yeah, I'm not having that. Cannot be doing with it. I had enough of backing up the background and clearing stuff. Is it 40 sprites or 80 sprites, isn't it? It told me in here, actually. Where was it? Here. So there we go. Preserving the background with the blitter is a pain in the ass. 80 and so I think you're right, actually. Let's go to Sprite. Okay, Sprite. That's window priority. It says in here, display positions, that's fine. I don't care about that yet. Display screen, yeah. Sprite attributes, yeah, we just looked at that. That's fine. Number of cells, yeah, done that. Max of 80 sprites. A number of sprites displayed per line is 20. Max dots per line 320. So now here's an interesting question, right? Does that consider, is that considered, so if a sprite is 3 across, oh no, there is, it says here, when the H size is 1 cell, when 30 sprites are intended to be displayed on the same line, up to 16 sprite counting from the one having the highest priority, and 20 sprites will be displayed due to limitations. So, okay, it is kind of based on the number of 8x8 pixels that you have, right? So there is a chance that we might still get some flicker on this, potentially. So it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. So, because there's a lot of bullets sometimes. So that's cool. Right. Oops, don't want to do that. Okay. So there is something that I would like to set up today, actually, which is I want to do a blocking of these borders, right, for the sprites, because that's quite important that we get this set up. I am going to do a very, very quick BRB. Give me 5 minutes, or less than that. I'll be back in like a minute. Hang on. I mean, Nivrig is right there. Yeah, I hated that whole drawing and clearing stuff so much that I decided to go for a screen setup that I just flush and clear every time, which was fantastic. Hey, Mr. Lolkins, how you doing? Watch out for some bugs regarding the sprite list. Okay, when we get there, I might be asking you what that is. Okay, to do this test successfully, I think what we need to do is set up just a little test, right? So let's go for sprite test, and Oh, God, yeah. Okay, let's go to variables. I keep forgetting. I was just going to basically do this here, dc.w, sprite x, and then sprite y, right? Right. So, hands up. If that's a variable, why is that a problem? First person gets 5,000 internet points. I should wait for your answer. No, it's not that. No one's playing. Right, something else. Say the question again. Right, so let's say I did add q.w 1 to sprite x, right? And this is the code that's currently in the cartridge. So if I do that, why is that a problem? No one's got it, have they? And also a massive lag. Thank you, Pyru. Yes, it is in ROM. That is read-only memory. So something that I would do quite commonly on the Amiga, just for a quick test, is just add a couple of variables down there and use those, right? That's not going to work here. If I do that, that's going to do absolutely diddly squat. So I need to, yeah. So in memory, yeah, let's just chuck them in here, right? Sprite X, Sprite Y, right? Hopefully that doesn't. That's not a thing, so that's good. Right, so sprite test, let's do, okay, that'll write into there. All right, we could just, oh, no, okay. Yeah, so, up, down, left, right. Okay, so, up. So the up will be -1. Let's do this as y. Okay, and then do, actually let's do move.bit. Let's put that into D1. Move.bit controls hold A5. Let's make sure we've got the variables in place. This won't be a problem later. Into A5. Right, okay. Okay, move.q. So if we press up, that'll be a negative number. Logical shift right.bit 1 for D0. Branch if the carry is clear. Not up, right? Oh no, carry set. Let's do that. Carry set is add y. Okay. Let's do add y, which will be add .w d1 to sprite x. Okay, that's not in A5 at the moment, but yeah. And then logical shift right .bit 1 for D0. No, move Q 1 into D1. Logical shift right. Yep. Branch carry set. Add y. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then we just do the same thing. Yep. Logical shift, yeah. Add x, add x, add x. Oh yeah, and that's not right either, is it? Sprite y. Okay, so that should do controls, right? Hey DVS, how you doing, Neil, mate? I haven't seen you on here for a while. I hope you're well. Just pissing about with a Mega Drive, because why not? Okay, so now what we need to do is move.w sprite vertical sprite y into sprite data vertical pause. Yep, that's that, right? And then move sprite x into sprite data +6. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, sprite data plus 6, and then write that sprite data to the shenanigans, right? And then put that into D0 like we're supposed to, and then build it. Hey, Mr. Lowkins, mostly lurking whilst fucking around, so... it is the best 68... No, mate, no. No. I won't have that. That's a Sharp X68000. No. Depends what you want to do, doesn't it? The Sharp X68000 is great, right? But let's not forget how fantastic the Atari ST and the Amiga, both of them, were for creative people, at least across Europe, right? They enabled people on a shoestring budget to do stuff that would cost you loads of money, right? Like music, graphics, name it, right? Bam, hands down, both of them, fantastic machines. And that's that. There you go. No, let's not talk about those horrible things. Okay, so that's CPU entry point. I keep going to there. Keep missing the interrupt, which is just below here. Okay, update controls. Okay, let's take out... Oh, that's still all in there, isn't it? We can take that out. Okay. That's fine. And let's BSR sprite test. I must be doing that somewhere else. Hang on. Yeah. No. Okay, sprite, did I take that out of there? The tile test. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I must have copied that out of there. Okay. Up, down, left, and right. So it's the same either way. So that's good. Okay. Fucking does this work? I hate not having a line debugger. Of course it doesn't bloody work. Oh, that's why. Okay, that might help. Okay, there's something wrong with that. Oh, for goodness sake. Yes. No, I know what I'm done wrong. Okay, yeah. Okay. I got it. Yes. I've just fallen foul of the thing that I told everyone about. Right. Right. I know what we do. Right. We can just get this quick hack up and running. Yes. Because it's not adding anything, is it? So let's put sprite data there. Go back. Let's get all of that. Right. Actually, let's copy the whole thing. Cut it out. Put that there. And then what we'll also do is put sprite X there. That's a much simpler idea, isn't it? And then sprite Y there. That's a good idea. Right. And that's all in the RAM. Because that would make that would make sense, wouldn't it, Francis? Yeah. Okay. Right. God, if this starts moving, I'm going to be so happy. Okay. 64 kilobytes of RAM. Yes. It's not a lot. But Nivrig, what you have to remember is that that's not video RAM, right? So none of your tiles or your scroll planes or any of that is in there. That's another 64k over at the other side. But yeah, it's surprisingly efficient, to be fair. Yeah, it's enough for a full bitmap. Yeah. Okay, so what the hell have I done? That's what I've done wrong. Okay. I think. Let's see. No, that's completely wrong. Right, let's just take that out. Oh, there's no need for that now, is there? Okay, let's take that out and do that as a sprite move. Because I don't want that. Okay, I think that's okay. Add .w1 is Y. D1, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Is that called anywhere else? That's in the room tester. That's fine. We're not calling that at the moment. Update controls. Sprite data. Yeah. Okay. Yes, room and static data, like code, static data, lookup tables, all of that shit is all in the ROM. So, yeah, and that's like the basic small ones, like 2 meg, which is actually quite a lot. Are you doing the link list yet? I don't know. I don't think that I am. Okay, update. Oh yeah. So actually, let's run that again. No, Sprites disappeared now. Okay, Sprite data. Yeah. That's interesting. So why is that not? Something's gone wrong. Tile set still in there, that's fine. 256. Uh, 200, 0, 256. Yeah, that hasn't changed. Oh, hang on. Fuck's sake, right, 0, 0, ds.w0, ds.w0, right. Fuck's sake, right. No self-modifying code. Yeah, you can if you put the code into the RAM and then run it from there. You can jump into the RAM. But yeah, you can have unrolled loops in the ROM anyway, so that's true. Yeah, I've thought about all these things as well. It's very odd. Right, so okay, I know what I'm going to do here. Right, so that's what I need to do. So it's let me just LEA sprite data +2 move.w. That into A0, yeah, and then that into. What I just realised is I was declaring data in the RAM area, which you can't do, right? No wonder it doesn't bloody work, right? So that's fine, and then actually that's move.bit, isn't it? Move.bit that into there, move.bit 0 into A0 plus. Yeah. In fact, let's just do an initial setup. Right, move.w 200 into A0 plus. That's the position. Control bits. And then move.w slash 256 into A0 plus. And then move.w 200 into A0 plus. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. And then what we'll do is we'll copy that out, put that there, and we'll call that sprite test init, right? And what that'll do is on the sprite data, move in the vertical position, the size information, the tile number we're using, and the horizontal position. And then what we'll do is we will go up to here, just dump it in there. Ridiculous. Okay, sprite init test. Okay, so update controls. We're not calling the movement, so it should just appear again, right? Unless I've. Woo! I'm not sure I've set that color background color. Fuck's sake. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's see if it moves then. BSR. Sprite move. Okay. Did that work? Yeah. Let's see. Sort of. Okay. Sprite move. Branch of carry set, add Y. Add branch of carry set. Ah, yeah. Move Q 0 into D1. Yeah. And then that one as well there. Okay. It moved. Yeah. It's all right. I think we got it. Okay, this is looking quite good. Sprite, add X, yeah, that's good. Sprite X, where is that? Because that looks like that's not working. Sprite X. Have I got this around the right way? Sprite Y. Just run it again. So press up, it goes up. Press down, it goes down. Press right, it goes down. Press left, it goes up. Right, that is... That's not right. Okay, that's fine. That's shifting those bits. Right. So, a question on read pads. Up, down, left, which would still be negative, and then right. So, what am I getting wrong here? Up, down, left, and right. Up, down, left, and right. Okay. Window root. Find sprite move. Okay. Controls hold. Yep. That's interesting. That's the same. They're not the same places, though. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. DS dot L 0. Okay, that's why the screen's going black. Hang on. I think. Yeah, I have. That should be right. It's 2 long words though. Sprite data, which is 2 long words for sprite attribute. So that should be correct. Yeah, it's there. That's interesting. Oh, I wish I could bloody debug this fucking thing. Got X and Y swapped. Oh, there I have, yeah. Okay. Because it is actually in the documentation. If we just double check it, it is vertical position and then... But then why is it affecting the other one? That's fucking weird. It's exactly the same. Why is it doing that? I mean, it's kind of working, but not. Why is that? That's so weird. Let's put that 300 in that, right? So that should be the position. So it should be further across on the X, which he is now. That's so weird. Why is that being so fucking weird? That doesn't make sense. Sprite data. We're only running that once. It's got an RTS on it. Oh! I got it. I know what's going wrong. Fuck it. Okay. BTST 0, D0. BNE. Okay. I thought I was trying to be clever. BTST 1, D0. BNE. Clear that. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. BTST so 2, D0. BNE. Fuck's sake. And then BTST 1, D3, D0. BNE. Has anyone spotted what my mistake was? Looking at this code, can you work out what it is? So, if you didn't spot it, this was using a logical shift to go through each of the bits. But the problem is the first bit, as soon as it didn't see that, as soon as you pressed the key, I don't know, let's see if it works. I think that's what it was. This wasn't shifting in all scenarios, right? B test or bit test? Yeah. No. Oh, you absolute bastard. Why is that? But LEA I pronounce as Lee. That's interesting. Oh, hang on. I know what it is. It's none of that at all. All of that was fine. Well, apart from it wouldn't have worked. Right. Sprite test. The problem is that I'm moving .long word. And the increment, I think there's an increment that you have to set on the VDP. Which then tells you how far it's going to move. Let's see if I've got that right. Okay, let's see if that works. No. This is an absolute bastard. Again, similar issue. You've spotted it, haven't you? Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you, Pyro. I know, that is how we had that. I did auto inc X. Move key -1, 1, 0. Add WD1, right. Yeah. Is it a single register to write? You don't. It's writing it to a table. So we write it into RAM, sprite data, and then we write it to there, and then we load that into the VDP, and then it displays the sprite for us. Unless that's not sectioning out as ds.w, but that's dsing correctly. At least I hope it is. It must be to do with the sprite data table, yeah. But then if I set that value separately... no, it's not a register. It's, well, the sprite table is, yeah. That's a bit that gets set to tell you where the table is. And that must be working because we're seeing the sprite. So without changing that, find sprite. Yeah, that's how the VDP works. You don't, it's a VDP, the VDP has a port there that you write data to, either words or long words, and it automatically increments. You set a VRAM address and then it carries on writing to it. That's how the VDP works, yeah. The fact that that is working with that data that's there. Yeah. That is fucking doing my head in though. Why? Two, 4, 6. Sprite data. All right, let's try that. This is a fucking long shot. I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, it's VASM though. VASM is always, unless it's because of the sectioning when it's building this as a binary. Yeah, fucking, that's going to be annoying. But these are all set. Okay. DS dot. Okay, this might explain a lot. DC dot. Let's replace all of those in that document. Right. Let's try that then. So it was sprite Y and then sprite X. Oh yeah, of course. Now I have to put. Oh, fucking, this is why I don't use DC statements in this fucking section. Oh, where have you gone, you bastard? Memory. Oh! No, I know what it is. I'm being an idiot. It's alright. Right, here we go. I was just being an idiot. I was telling him to declare zero space, so it's just writing. There we go. Now the colour's fucking right. Yay! Yeah, that's correct. I'm not declaring space, am I? There we go. Well, there we go. We've got... Fucking hell. That's why it was overwriting it, yeah. Because it's, yeah, and that's why it's writing in the colour as well. It kind of explains it, doesn't it? It's not the compiler, it's my fault. I know exactly. And not warning for zero space. Now, that, to be fair, Pyrie, that is... In some instances, that can be handy, particularly in resets, like horrible situations where you want to have the same position in an RS list that has a different value name, which is, I mean, that's a terrible idea. I'm going to go grab a beer after that. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking with me, but we got it right. Brilliant. Right, BRB. Right, we're back. Right, so Mikey, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I have. There you go. Hazy Jane. Oh, Francis, I know you miss game dev, but let's hope that you can find some time in the evenings sooner rather than later, right? And that'd be great, wouldn't it? Right, so he's moving now. This is great. So let's get the background back on. But what I'm going to do about the background is, I know it's incredibly wasteful at the moment, but it's Proton is raiding. Hello, Proton. How the devil are you, mate? What you been up to? I'm imagining probably C64 chiptunes or sound effects for that fantastic game, because that's what I've been seeing that you have been doing. So yeah, welcome in. Hope you're well, mate. We're obviously back on the Mega Drive again. And already been bitten by the fact that I'm trying to adjust data that's in the ROM, and then also getting my declare statements completely wrong. But here we go. We're back again. So, right, let's get the room test back up and running. But as I said, Yoda for Sith, thanks for the follow, mate. Welcome in. My name's Hoffman. I haven't seen you before, I don't think. So, yeah, I do this stuff, coding and music and stuff. It's all lots of fun. Okay, so variables, sprite test, and then BSR, room test. And tell you what I'm going to do is, rather than do the update controls there, we'll do that there as the first thing. And then we don't need variables on the room tester anymore. And then we also don't need in the sprite tester, don't need to update the controls there either anymore. Right? So theoretically speaking, that's going to confuse the crap out of everyone, because it will move rooms. Oh no. Oh, it's called room tester. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. That's brilliant. Okay. Woohoo! Yeah, I know it's going to do that. That's fine. I'm fully aware of that. So on the room tester, what we're going to do is we're going to bit test moved along with A0 into minus A0. What is written to memory also does move MW. Write something else. Does it difference between 68,000 and other CPUs? Finally, how much is A7 decremented on a move dot bit? The last one is it's moved by, I think it's moved by a word. It is moved by 2. Yeah, I thought it was. All writes to the stack are 16-bit aligned at least. So, because you can't, it's a 16-bit processor, you can't do anything else. Late evening in, started some kind of new series of streams. Ask from Proton about coding. Okay, cool. I like a nice open thing about. Oh, that's cool. Many emulations get this stuff wrong. Yeah, I've seen it happen before. I'm not sure what gets written into A0 on the first one, whether it's the address or the address -4. That might be different on certain processors, though. Encoded a bit of Roadcraft. Okay, cool, nice. So on the stack, at least, that's different on bigger processors. So yeah, it depends on the CPU model. Exactly, Pyro, yeah. Some of them decrement first, some of them do it after. So yeah, you got to be careful about that stuff. Okay, room tester is now a bit test. So let's do, so it's up, down, left, right. So that's 3, 4, and 5. So let's test 4, and then bit test 5, and then that should put them on the C and B buttons of the controller, which I think is over here. So let's find out if that's actually true. Okay, so he's not moving rooms now. Oh, wow, yeah, okay, we need to stop that from happening, don't we? Music and SFX volumes, brilliant. That's quite an easy one to do, really, isn't it? You can use a lookup table for that. Okay, there we go. So we can cycle through the rooms like that, and he can still move around. Right, so the next thing I wanted to do is he's viewable there, right? See that edge there? This is the thing that I really need to get my setup for here, right? So the plan is to use the second plane, because it's visible there, and actually see down here at the bottom as well, it's visible there as well, which is no good. So what I'm going to do is there's two tile maps. The second tile map, we've got one tile map that this is filling up. Just clip the sprite. And I've got a much easier solution than that. So all I'm going to do is in these edges is, I don't think you can actually clip the sprite, can you? But it won't matter because I'm just going to use one of the tile planes to basically put a black border here and here. And then change the priority. And then down here we've got the HUD, so that's going to be important. Sarcasm. Because of course you can clip a sprite or a bob on the Amiga. You bugger. I wouldn't have it any other way. Right, so let's try and fill that plane up with some shizzle, and then see if we can put some kind of block. Well, let's put something in there first, right? So let's call this HUD and border. If I can spell border correctly, we'll call that HUD border. No, still can't spell it right. So I need some data for this, right? So let's go to yeah, basically that. You can set all manner of different priority ratings between sprites and the two main tile layers. So that's basically, I've had this conversation on Twitter already with Monsters Go Boom and Clary's here as well. Exactly, yeah. So say for example, I mean the sprite at the moment. Let's just run it. Not there, obviously. So looking at the position now, right? And the position of the sprite is actually anywhere up here and anywhere down here, right? So I know I was just mentioning that we were having a conversation on Twitter the other day about how to deal with these sprites going out the edge, and I think yourself and Monsters Goes Boom helped me come to the design decision that we're going to roll with right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some plane data. So let me just have a look at data. Okay, yeah, okay, let's just do it straight in here. So we'll do border map, okay, and then we'll have let's do some equates as TB equals let's call it 256 for now, and then tile TT equals 0. Right, so that's tile block and tile transparent. Okay, so DC.B TB, so it's for that side, and then we want 32, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 1 2, and then 4 more of those at the end. Oh, for fuck's sake, Ian. And I've got a better idea. Oh, actually it's DC.W as well. Yeah, let's just do this. Macro. We call it border block, right? And it'll be a macro. Fuck it, yeah. And then we'll do dc.w tb tb, right? And then rept 32. Actually, it's tiles underscore x that I've got as a macro, as a constant. So let's do that. dc.w tt, and then endar. Ugh, God, that looks horrible now. Okay, and then border block, and then we'll rept tiles underscore y, and then we'll end that. Right. Question is, does it build? No, because I've forgotten the R. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, that would have been a better idea, wouldn't it? Oh. Okay, that's worked anyway, right? I would just do it as binary, but then the problem is that I've got to keep regenerating that, and I want these numbers to be able to be shiftable, right? Okay. So that's the border map there. So we need to load that. Okay, and I've got one of those somewhere, which is in room tester. Let's follow that because that's where that is. Room tester. Render room. Oh, dump room. This is it. We'll call this dump border. Border. Okay. And we'll call that plane A. And then we'll do it as Y is. We'd leave that as that for the moment. Tiles X is incorrect. That's not going to be right, is it? That's going to turn into a hideous mess, isn't it? So it starts at, hang on, starts at 8. Yeah, but we don't want to start at 8. And did I change that to, yeah, A. Move that into move.w, that into D0, yeah. Maybe we could do some move P on that anyway. Tiles X is incorrect. And oh no, that is fine actually, because that will reset it. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, plane A. So that is wrong. That's actually 40. Okay. Okay, then in our up init phase here, yeah, sprite testing it, and let's BSR border. Okay, dump the border. What does this fucking look like? Let's have a look. Looks like absolutely nothing. Oh, that's why. That's why. Border map. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, that would help. Yeah, it says it would help, but... Vertical control, yeah, that's fine. D1, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, set the rerun, then move that in, and then debrowse. Plane A, yeah. Border map. Interesting. Okay, let's just try dc.w0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, and let's just see what happens there. Oh, interesting. Okay. It is going over it. That is interesting. So why is that being... let's take that out of there. I think I know what's going on. Something's changing the right size somewhere, I think. So BSR that there. See if that makes a difference. No, still the same. Okay. Oh, that's why, because I'm being an idiot. Right, yeah. So we can just actually skip that and just move that straight into there. Yeah, that's good. D0 is not even used. That's fine. Right. Hey, Braxton DX, how you doing? Oh, blimey, is that the time already? Jeez, Louise. Blimey. Okay, that's not quite right. Okay, border map. Okay, let's get rid of that now because I know that is not what we're after. 2 loops, yeah, 2 loops. It's your bedtime, Terrible Fire. No worries, mate. Thanks for tuning in. There we go. Okay, the calculations were correct. Okay, so we can block this with a manual tile. Okay, that won't work on this though, will it? Because it's going to be on top. So there is some priority shenanigans that need to be set, which I think we can do on the sprite. Oh, he's gone. Wow. There we go. Okay, that's good though. We can see it though on the edges, right? Which is good. Oh, this is good progress today. So let's make a blocking tile, right? Blocker, right? And then DC dot B. Nearly on the first try. Yeah, I love that. DCB.B, right? So actually it's 32 bytes, 32, and the value will be, let me see if I can find this, HXD. Let's load up Snake because he's got black in him, right? Snake, SPR Snake, isn't it? Assets, yeah. Snake left.bin, yeah, that'll do. It looks like our blocking color is 15. Okay, cool. $F. Okay, so that is a black tile, right? Blocking tile. Okay, so it's not transparent. We like this. This is good. Let's see. Okay, right. Tile blocker. So let's load that into. Actually, I tell you what, we could put that. Let's put that into sprite test. Need that in not sprite data. Tile set test, which is Snake. Okay, cool. So let's just put the tile blocker in there, which will completely screw up our poor little sprite dude. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now this is good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, that's interesting. How is he still that tall? That's bizarre. Anyway, I know what's wrong with that. Sprite test init 256. We do that's 257, right? And then where was that data? We had It's not F, it is FF. Okay, come on. Woohoo! Okay, you can't see it there because that's perfect. Okay, that is working. That's working because they're not, you can't see through them anymore. Okay. Right. Okay, last thing then. Let's see if we can get it. If I can get it blocking, this would be bloody brilliant. All right. Where's the priority bit then? So that's all the way. Okay, there's one priority bit. Well, should we just set that and see if it does anything? Yeah. See what it does. I guess. Sprite data. Okay, it moves that into there. Then that's the number. That's the tile number. So let's do. I think it's $8,000 plus 257. I mean, this is a random stab in the dark without reading the documentation. No. That wasn't going to work, was it? Ah, bugger. Okay. That looks like that might need a bit more of a heavy documentation read. Let's see if we can pick it up quickly. That just says priority bit. Okay, I'm available again. What's the problem? Okay. RTFM, yeah, exactly. I haven't read the manual about reverse. I don't care about priority, so I need sprite priority with plain. You can see it's in here actually. I need to see it. Where is it? No, that's a calculator here. It's in here somewhere. It is in the priority section. That's details. See priority. I don't care about the priority against other sprites yet. That's another thing. That's to do with linked data. I don't care about that. Pattern generator I've got. Priority. Okay. Okay. Priority set between sprite, scroll A, scroll B can be designated as sprite. Currently on top of everything. Documentation is for the week. I am weak. Okay, I think it's it's that one. ASBG. Because it's plain A that we've just thrown all those tiles into, isn't it? Border. Dump border, which is in plain A. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. So that is correct. It also it's for the week and it also tells you how to do stuff. Right, okay, so this is a register thing then, isn't it? Each pattern number and attribute priority will be set the scroll screen on a cell unit basis in each by comparing each priority bit. Priorities as follows. Oh, okay, so you've got a bit on each. Okay, that's weird, man. Okay. You combine the bits, yeah. So if the sprite's got a priority bit, and the tiles on A and B have got priority bits, right? So actually, this is dead easy, right? This is dead easy. So we've done this wrong for a start. So that's not right. Sprite shouldn't have priority, right? The only thing that needs priority is our border data, which is find border data, right? Dump border map even, okay. And that means TB is actually $8 plus that. Okay. Oh my god, if this works. I'm going to be so happy. This is basically the screen design done. I'm a bit nervous, actually, because this doesn't work. If this works, this is a fucking great system. It will. Oh, mate. Yes. We have a screen set up. I mean, yeah, you can go past that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay. Woohoo! Yes. Look at that. Perfect. Right, so all the sprites are sorted. That's fine. I mean, they're not all... I mean, we've got to sort them out still yet. That, I tell you what that border's going to do, though. It's going to make it really bloody annoying to do raster testing. So I might have to leave the outer edges... yeah, don't worry. What I'm probably going to do for the HUD, just verifying how long something takes or where something is. You know, like basically these raster colours here, like we used to do on the C64 and the Amiga. Just setting the colour, background colour, so you know where something is or what something's doing. You know. Oh, that, yes. And that's why the old 2D consoles absolutely rocked. Yes. Brilliant. Okay. So the edges still need to go down. Oh, fuck, you know, that is quite low, isn't it? We're going to have to keep going because actually the border, the HUD is only actually 16 pixels high. So we're going to need another blocker down there to make sure. Disable the... that's a good point. I could just put a debug switch in there to do a different map, right? Or just not put that in there. So I think the plan is across here at the bottom, the HUD is fairly dynamic in where it draws stuff. So what I'm probably going to do is set up like a bitmap, a tile bitmap area. Just make it display overscan, it's fine. Oh yeah, I suppose I could do, but yeah, I like the background color shenanigans. That's a simple thing to set, right? You can do that with one instruction and it's good. So yeah, I think at this bottom section here, where the HUD's supposed to go, I think I'm going to do that as a bitmap section, right? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Overdrive abuses that, of course, yeah. Of course it abuses everything that this Sega Mega Drive can do. So, as I was saying, I think this section down here where the HUD is, that's going to be like a block of tiles that's basically just like a bitmap. And then what we'll do is we'll draw into that, because I think the positioning of the text and stuff is not like 8x8. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I think stuff gets drawn in slightly offset. I'll have to double check it all. But that's fine, because the HUD only gets updated when something changes anyway, so that's dead simple to change, so that's all right. In terms of the sides, that's fine. So yeah, that's perfect. We're good. There we go. Can you just priority block of the tiles in layout? Turn off the... Yes, Francis, that's exactly what we do. Now that you mention it, there's no need for the other plane at all, is there? Yeah. I think the only issue I've got is that there's a lot of stuff that deals with that tile map in the game, and it's kind of expecting it to be 32 things wide, so... But then I am just dumping that down, so... Is that really a problem? I don't know. Yeah, it'll still work. It's whether it's going to be Below the game map. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. It should work for all of it. There's no scrolling going on. So you can still have tire above show up. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Now I understand how the priority works. Now that I've read that one page of the documentation, I know how this thing works. So, and it's actually dead simple, isn't it? It's just based on those bits. So that's very clever. Right. Well, I think I haven't got this on GitHub yet, so I can't check the code in. So, God help me if I have a hard drive crash again. Pad the room when you build. Yeah, I think so. Depends what I do with this yet. I haven't decided yet. So, we're talking about code that I put together 2-3 years ago now, isn't it? Oh no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It was released, I can't remember when. February, I think. 2 years ago. So yeah, I need to go and refamiliarise myself with stuff. So, I think we'll call that. Because I'm happy with that. Today, we did exactly what we set out to do. Programmatically write blocker tiles. Yeah, I suppose you could. A successful stream. Yes. Oh, yes, Francis, yes. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. It's not like you're going to run out of CPU time with this. Yeah, to be fair, like the whole game runs in a frame on a 500, an Amiga 500, and there's virtually no contention or hardly ever any contention against the CPU, and the VVP on the Mega Drive. So, I think I've got more time than I need, so I think it'll be fine. Right, let's thank you, Rich. Thank you, Pyru. Thank you. Who's followed? There's been a couple of resubs here. Pixels at Dawn Gaming. I missed that. Thanks for the Top Gear. I completely missed you. Yoda, thanks for the follow. Proton for the raid. Inchero with the follow. JJ Bolan with the sub. Thalamus with the sub. And yeah. Yeah, that's the next plan, is to have a look at some DMA, I guess. I think what I'll do is get everything working and then plug in the DMA, see if it's worth it. Also, not sure if you read that if you disable the screen, the VRAM become fuck ton faster. Okay, even if you're not even in active screen. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So you could do a trick where basically you get to the bottom line, you disable it, do DMA transfers, and then re-enable it before you. Okay, yeah. I don't think I'll need any of that because I think it'll be fine. I just need to double buffer some stuff and throw stuff. Actually, I don't need to double buffer, so because I could just fire the stuff across at the right point, prep the stuff in RAM, fire it across on the H blank, on the V blank, and then it should be good. But yeah, probably not. But yeah, it's worth remembering in case I do fall into a trap. So I've got to test it on NTSC as well. Yeah, port base is double buffering already. Yeah, exactly. It's cool. Well, thanks for your help, everyone. Finding my bugs and pointing me in the right direction. I really appreciate it. You lot are fab. Thanks, Emook. Let's find someone to raid. I imagine, like we normally do on a Wednesday, there is a... how do I like the system so far? Thanks, Sadie. I like it. It's pretty sweet. Coming from a system where the flexibility is gives it its dynamic edge, which also becomes its downfall, right? It's like, horses for courses, I guess. But yeah, I like the system. It's nice. I like that. It's great fun. I suppose the question is, can I get head over heels to work on it? Anyway, It's really nice, but SNES and GBA, woo, yeah, yeah. It's what happens when it's Nintendo, isn't it? They just, they pair it with a fucking shit CPU, don't they? So, oh, definitely not for. I'm not. I mean, I'm not coding anything for a demo for the Mega Drive. No. I know. I can stand in my lane. Thank you. I heard ARM is quite lovely. I'd like to have a look at that at some point. Well, I mean, we normally do this, and this is the way we do it. So we're just going to have to do it this way because this is what we do. And also he's a fantastic streamer. So we're going to jump across to Charlie Farr because that's what we always do. And I'm just trying to kinda love the barrel shifter. Yeah. Arm and thumb. I've heard it's great and also not, so we'll work that one out. Anyway, let's go and raid the one and only What's New Wednesdays, lovely Charlie Farr. Actually, let me move that to there, and then that means I've got a spare screen here. Hello, thank you. Yes. DVS, Clary, Oog, big stream. Thanks for the entertainment. See you next time. Well, we'll be back next week for some more pissing about with the Mega Drive. So hopefully I might get a little bit done during the week. Pyru, got to run night. Lars 18th, Devastator, thanks. Francis, obviously, thanks, mate. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to start this raid. Commander King, good to see you as well. Dockster, I was in the background. Texas Foods Baller, Pixels at Dawn. Cheers, Hoff. Thank you. Nivrig. Good night, all. Well, I'm going to stay on for a little bit and watch Rich Hewitt, Emook. Cheers. See everyone. Let's go and I haven't even pressed the frickin' button. You're an idiot, Ian. There we go. You can see that's fired up now. Anyway, I will see you all. Probably Dark Trancer. Shouts to the lurkers. Yes, Pigpen Pete, Extra Spicy Mikey. Adios. Let's go and raid and do this, and I'll see you on Monday for some DJing. Laters.